Good evening, New York. Good afternoon, California. And good morning, GRP. I hope you had a good rest. This is the Metroid Fusion Open Randomizer Tournament, the very first. And I'll be your commentator tonight. I'm Army of One. I'm joined by the great Pikmin. How are you doing, Pick?
Doing pretty fine. We've had quite some
Pretty
enjoyable
fine.
races today, and I'm feeling pretty excited now.
Well, I'm glad that they were enjoyable for you. Some of them were less enjoyable for me. But
I should know. I commentated on your race.
But we should be starting this race very shortly. This is between JaggerG and Autumn Out of Habit. Jagger, one of the old guards of Fusion speedrunning. I think he was the one that really labbed out like reverse ice missiles. This guy's kind of crazy. Autumn, big member of the randomizer community since it started up. And she's been working on her 80%. We should see some good things out of both of them tonight, and we are started. So since this is the first of a best of 3 match, I'll go ahead and give a little bit of an overview of what we'll be looking at. So we want to finish the game, but how do we do that? We need a few items, and we need to open up a few doors. But very first, both of them dropping their initial climb, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. So, the items that we need are Charge Beam, Plasma Beam, missiles, and some sort of jump upgrade in order to trigger the last boss. But we also need to open up red doors. Red doors are in the very bottom of the flooded Sector 4, so we need our gravity suit, we need Speed Booster, we need Morph Ball, and we need either Morph Ball bombs or Screw Attack in order to get to the lock. And we need some way to get out. So that'll be Screw Attack, that'll be some sort of ice. There's a couple different ways we can get out of lower Sector 4, but we are coming up against our first item right here. It can be either missiles, Morph Ball, or Speed Booster. What do we get?
Missiles.
We're starting with missiles. So missiles, it's the vanilla start. So we only have one place to go, and that's going to be Arachnus. Now there are 5 items in this area. One of them is guaranteed to be Morph Ball. First item, high jump. That's one of our jump upgrades. That's a go mode item from the very beginning. That will also actually lock Ripper Tower, which is in a little bit, so we probably won't see anything in lower 2 in that room.
We can both rule out any possibility of a major being down there unless Space Jump and Plasma are required.
Right. And of course, Plasma is required, but we may or may not see Space Jump now that we have high jump. And Jagger is the first through the Ghidorah, and the first to have Morph Ball. Now, fun fact, you can actually just leave this boss room. You don't have to fight Arachnus, you could just leave. And a Power Bomb tank in the attic, just some junk. And will Jagger leave? Jagger trolling a little bit. Autumn
debating on
deciding. both runners electing to fight Arachnus. Now, usually Arachnus has just like an E-tank or something inconsequential, but let's see what Arachnus has for us today, and it's
just the Arachnus special.
An E-tank.
Arachnus is not feeling well today after being murdered twice by very unfavorable means of getting killed very quickly.
Yeah, Arachnus never seems to have a good day whenever he's on screen. It's just like he never gets to chill. And when whenever the Arachnus area is like along the critical path, it's usually a good idea just to go ahead and fight Arachnus. If you don't find anything up in there, if it's not part of the critical path and you start with something other than missiles, it's a give or take if you go up there to check. But by then you usually have something that kills them even faster than base missiles.
Yep.
Jagger and Autumn both electing to grab the E-Tank and the Cubby. And just a missile expansion.
Okay, so Sector 1 or Sector 2 could just be just route diversion if
So,
Autumn decides not to go to Sector 1.
yep, so we have Jagger going to Sector 1. And we have Autumn going to Sector 2 after a little bit of indecision. Now, Sector 1, we can clear out most of the sector with just missiles and Morph Ball. That'll get us everything except 2 checks, 3 if you include the gravity check. But if we get Speed Booster, if Autumn finds Speed Booster in Sector 2, we might be looking at a little bit of an extra lead, especially since High Jump is already... Varia behind the Kago. Yeah, that High Jump puts the Kago into logic. And usually when you have High Jump or Ice so early, there's going to be a major behind the Kago. And there was, but unfortunately just Varia, which is not progress. We do have damage runs on, so Varia isn't really necessary to open up extra areas.
On the other hand,
Jagger-
less damage taken from the Zoos.
Very true. I very much hate these red fuzzy caterpillars. They do a lot of damage. They hit like a truck if you don't have any upgraded suits.
Oh, and there's a major on
Jagger.
the other side of the lake.
Major on the other side of the lake. That's what Autumn is really looking forward to. Looking to find some either speed or space to open up that check.
Unfortunately, Jager does not have quite enough missiles to take out the stabilizer, so he's going to have to farm for a bit. Thankfully, he gets enough.
And Autumn checking out the data room in Sector 2.
Oh,
And
wow!
finding her gravity suit.
Both suits in Sector 2 today. Unfortunately, both are not progression, but it's nice to have both suits
No,
today.
gravity is absolutely progression. And that'll protect against a lot of the damage in Sector 1 and Sector 2. No bombs though, so Autumn has to leave Sector 2 and check somewhere else. Gravity does open up the check in Sector 4 behind the Garen. So we might see Autumn go to Sector 4. We might see her go to Sector 1. But without speed, it's unlikely that she'll do the 1 check in Sector 3. She's heading towards Sector 1. She's turning around and she's listening to the commentary and going, "Oh yeah, that's right. There's a purple Garen that I can run by." Yeah.
Love Dive and Oasis will be easier. True. So basically, damage runs are basically no longer an option for Autumn.
Yeah, damage runs have been turned off. Although there is some slightly spicy water right here, so there's technically a damage run.
It's fine, it's 1 damage.
And
And
there is
getting
Speed
Speed Booster.
Booster. That is exactly what she was looking for before going to Sector 1.
And Short Corex just having an eating.
I think this puts Autumn fairly solidly in the lead. Well, she may or may not go into Sector 1. Sector 1, I mean, has bombs, or that major above the lava moat. And Jagger will likely have to backtrack and grab it later. So that's some time that has been wasted by Jagger. Now, what would be hilarious and crazy is if Autumn decided to clip, but unfortunately, not the best idea. So, Jagger, heading up the wall jump area, only finding an E-tank and leaving. That is a lot of energy on Jagger. 6 E-tanks already.
6 is definitely better than 2. I'm going to head into Sector 1, whereas Jago is leaving it. Those are making a slight
And there's a high
five in.
five. Cry hard, fishing for the food conversation to fill out his bingo card. Also, the answer is always beef. Beef is what's for dinner. Jagger, heading to Sector 2, the only spot that he has left to check right now.
Big Wolf Metroid Rando, you never have enough energy and missiles, too. You never know when you need them. Chat is talking about food, so that basically fills out the bingo somehow. One eating with God.
Jagger has not opened S3 yet. Picking up his various suit. And Autumn finding her bombs.
Very nice rounding of Autumn so far.
And I can't take all the credit for that call. Taurus Oxford in the chat did mention that it could be bombs. So I'll give him the credit. Autumn heading through the Sector 1 loop while Jagger opens his blue locks. So Jagger will very, very likely... In fact, yeah, Jagger will have to backtrack to Sector 1 after getting speed boost in early Sector 4. That is not the easiest call to make without some experience. So we'll see if Jagger, after getting gravity, goes into Sector 4 first, or if he elects to make the one check in Sector 3 that is also open to him, the more obvious check.
What if Metroid dying sucks? Indeed it does.
Jagger getting his gravity suit. So we are essentially beams away from go mode. We just need charge and plasma. And then open up red locks and finish the game. Oh, Autumn also can check the gravity speed check right here. Unfortunately, she can't check it in advance because she doesn't have any beam penetration to check on the item and reveal it first.
Oh, that's not how you do it.
Unfortunately, getting hit by that crab will not help. Jagger heading to Sector 3 to make the obvious check. Unfortunately, he will not find his speed booster there.
But he might find something helpful. Auto parking her head on the ceiling.
Jagger saving at the top of Sector 3. That crab is not giving Autumn a good time.
Do-do-do-do.
So Jagger just made the wrong plays, unfortunately, and Autumn continuing to have trouble with the watering hole check.
And super missiles.
And she's giving up on it for now. Jagger finding his super missiles.
more damage, but unfortunately not the right way for progression.
But super missiles will explicitly kill that Garen in early Sector 4.
Looks like Autumn is definitely trying for the speed check in charge course room.
Yeah, having a bad beam and just missiles to take care of those Hornodes, it's a little annoying to try to get this speed booster charge.
Yeah.
But she has it speeding into charge core and checking above. Just an E-tank.
Nothing above it. Of course helps. Health helps. Try saying that five times fast.
So the reason why Jagger is a bit behind is because he went to Sector 1 first instead of Sector 2. And just another E-tank on charge core. And not only that, but he did not go to Sector 4 before Sector 3. So he's going to find his speed booster right here, where Autumn found her speed booster very, very quickly.
Autumn making a very quick play to save her speed boost. Unfortunately, it's just rewarded with missiles, but every missile tank until charge beam helps. So now, Autumn could open up her level 2 doors. She could probably explore the rest of Sector 4 at this point.
Alright, so it's either going... Yeah, those are basically the two plays right now. It's either open up green locks or go through the Sector 4 loop. I do like Sector 4 a bit more than Sector 3. But we will see what Autumn... green doors, if I misspoke. She can unlock her green doors. Her level 2 locks.
I'm pretty sure I said green too. I don't know what on earth I... Jagger, you don't have green doors unlocked. You can't go that way.
Jagger doesn't have green doors.
I want to take a high five.
A very speedy high five. And
where's bomb data? Where Jagger was going? He knows that he checked the items first and found bomb. Knows that it's probably where progression is.
Hannibal making the heads up comment that with green doors open, that also opens up the way to red locks. So that is a Jagger picking up his bombs and will very, very likely head to green locks himself. So the only
a bit
checks...
of a detour to check this, to get a supers and basically check one item above you.
Which may or may not have been charge beam in the last match that I was in. But Autumn not forgetting the speed check.
Don't forget me. And it's nothing.
And of course it's nothing. Jagger heading to Sector 3 as well, heading to unlock his green locks. Checking the Telltale Heart, and it is a major. It is ice missiles. That is a way...
Unfortunately, making
that's a way out of Sector 4.
Unfortunately, making it that supers are not one-hit KOable against early enemies.
True.
But still, nice damage.
Autumn...
Nice damage.
Oh no!
Ooh, what the bonk?
And now Jagger has caught back up with Autumn. Autumn unlocking her green locks. So ice missiles can get you out of Sector 4 using a little bit of a developer oversight. A misplaced POW amp allows you to slip an ice missile right in between the morph ball slot. And Autumn, heading out of Sector 3, immediately going to get red locks.
To follow up on the ice missile thing in Sector 4, missiles are followed by the camera angle instead of the horizontal axis. So if you could just angle it just right, and by slowly inching the camera forward, you could make the freeze on the power amp and escape without diffusion.
But Jagger, not enough missiles to kill that Garen. So, Autumn not heading to Sector 5, instead heading to Sector 6? That's what's been unlocked with the green locks, so yeah, head to Sector 6. I know that she does like the early 6 checks. The 2 in the lobby, and at least the one down the X hallway. Jagger clearing out the ouches. And finding space jump.
Oh, and there's a major in another room.
Yeah, major on Nova stairs. That's more likely to be a go mode item, I think.
Nope.
Ooh, wavy.
Aiming has been disabled. He never saw it coming.
Just a little bit unfortunate for Jagger. It's really hard to get things killed with that wave beam. And Jagger now has enough missiles to kill the Garen, but he's also coming from below, so he doesn't have to kill it. And Autumn heading out of 6 after making the first 3 checks, taking her space jump and leaving. Jagger checking underbox, and it is a major. Ooh, power bomb.
That opens up Sector 6 with JaggerG.
Right, so Sector 6 might end up being the play for lower 6. Unfortunately, Autumn didn't clip. Jagger heading to box needs 10 missiles. Actually, fewer than that. He has 40 damage per missile instead of just 30. So
probably being on the absolute safe side and just skip it down entirely.
Yep, he's not even finding box.
He's gonna make this check here before probably heading to box. He could also check the lava mode and Frank Gary. Not what he wants though.
Soft resetting. Heads up.
So JaggerG using Fire B for boats.
Autumn now having all of her jump upgrades. Feeling that Sector 2 might be the play with bombs.
And we have ourselves a cat jam.
3, 4. Just 4 more. There you go.
And
just finding power bombs. Autumn demonstrating ice missiles aren't the best for clearing out rooms. Just a power bomb tank behind the data room, but Autumn heading down into the depths of Sector 2. And Jagger using power bombs to check the 2 checks in upper 3. And just trash. Lots of trash.
Just more ammunition for his PBs. Also goes to make the check behind where Supers were.
Autumn checking Oasis.
Anyway, here's water wall.
And Jagger leaving Sector 3. So let's see, Jagger slightly indecisive. Does he go back to 1? Does he check out 2, 4, or
Goes
6?
up to main deck.
No! He's heading back to main deck. There's a couple of powerbomb checks. Oh! Plasma beam down in lower 2. Right above Zazabi.
So it's not a plasma hunt. It's just a charge hunt now. For Autumn.
Autumn using that space jump in order to get into the overgrown sector of overgrown part. Ooh! Jagger finding diffusion missiles. That's an easy way out of Sector 4. But not electing to go to reactor silo. Instead, checking animals. E-tank on animals right, and up the elevator to animals themselves. Autumn showing off the green laser pointer beam.
Oh?
And then
Oh.
Jagger able to aim now. And with plasma and space.
Oh, he's saving the animals!
Wow. I'd say that's a bit of disrespect from Jagger. I know he loves the animals, but Autumn having some trouble with these rippers in Ripper Tower. Only finding missiles for her trouble.
Oh, of course he doesn't win on my bingo. Oof.
Autumn electing not to fight Zazabi and heading her way out of Sector 2, while Jagger heads back to the main sectors. So
Going
now,
ahead is Sector 5. Probably to unlock his red doors.
right. So after unlocking red doors, it'll just be a matter of how long does it take Jagger to head to Sector 2 to grab Plasma, and for both of them to find wherever the heck Charge Beam is.
Yeah, there's a lot more that Arnold can check was that Jagger somewhat can. He doesn't know what plasma is, so that's about the only thing stopping him aside from charge beam.
And just a power bomb tank and an E-tank up in the speed trap of Sector 5. And Jagger deciding not to go immediately to red doors, but instead to check out Sector 5. Autumn picking up the E-tank instead of the power bomb tank. Picking up both accidentally.
I'm gonna make a bold guess on where charge is, and I'm gonna bet it's on Sector 5's data room.
Did Jagger must have checked that using Wave.
Oh, he definitely checked the Animus wave up there.
Jagger. Oh,
Okay, so
I know.
nope.
I know that he's been practicing this, but Jagger, how
was this-
quickly?
Made a bomb jump?
Yeah, Jagger's kind of crazy, so he. Yeah, like I said, we've seen him do this before. This is, but not the fastest routing from Jagger.
Otto was basically just gonna be watching Jagger attempt to escape while C downloads the C-Tank.
But his swag is seriously costing him time.
And Autumn is going to go and unlock her level 4s.
Just a power bomb in the mini fridge. Autumn does not have power bombs herself, so she's just going to leave, not going to check Nightmare. Checking the airlock, just some missiles. Still looking for charge.
Triple Factorial, this is the first match between these runners. And in fact, both runners are going to skip level 3 locks by going to 4, so if anyone has that, they can check that off. Unfortunately, it's a big curse for me because the last thing I need for bingo is a frame perfect trick, and nobody's gonna do it. Oh, also space booting through a room. That also was preventing me from a bingo. Awesome.
Yeah, this is not the easiest trick to pull off, as we can see, Jagger is having lots of problems getting the bomb placement right, and then getting the jump.
Bomb jumping regularly in Fusion is impossible, but you can still do some crazy mid-air bomb jump tricks in Fusion, as we've seen in this tournament.
Autumn unlocking red locks. Now we are just looking for charge. Autumn does not have anything that can kill these crabs. So she's just going to look at them and then leave.
We have learned that a charge flare can basically kill crabs.
Right, but she doesn't have charge.
Right. That's an issue. At this point for Jago, he has to pull it off. I haven't seen him save in a while, and that's locked catch up in 34 minutes, which he did pull off. So, made a bomb jump. If somebody has it on the bingo, you can check that off. Jago is one determined man. Isn't that also a frame perfect trick? I think so. Because I mean, if that's so, that's basically a bingo for me.
And Jagger heading up into the nightmare area. Jagger has power bombs and high jump, so he can get up here.
What? I think I have a question to ask Jago at the end of this.
Why?
You know, just to answer something for my bingo. No, that's just all I want.
This is the first race, so Jagger might just be wanting to bring this to 3 races just for swag.
Oh.
Autumn finding a powerbomb tank, unfortunately.
Frame perfect trick? Alright then, that's a bingo. According to Boeing, that's a frame perfect trick. And here we have the ice clip. We've talked about it, I think, not too long into the stream.
Now, Autumn doesn't have diffusions, so it's going to be a little bit trickier to get out of Sector 4.
Wrong direction.
Ooh, almost had it.
Almost.
But this is basically catch-up time for Jagger. It shouldn't take Autumn nearly as long to get out of Sector 4 than it did for Jagger to get out of the Sector 5 data room. But every second is a second that counts. Autumn's still stuck in lower Sector 4. It may be faster if Autumn went down to kill the Kago to get more missiles that way. Refill very quickly. But she's just killing these ouches. Getting a few missiles every time. Jagger checking crab battle, not finding anything of note. I might be getting a little bit frustrated with this.
I'm not sure if Autumn opened the path to Sector 6 this way, because
She did.
could at least...
She did. So
Okay, well,
She does have the option to go try to get a red X from a Kago. Jagger catching up to Autumn in lower sector 4, using those diffusions to very quickly get through this area and to get out of the next room. Now, that doesn't mean that he's in the lead quite yet. He still needs to go to lower sector 2 and pick up the plasma beam that Autumn has already found. And Autumn deciding, I need more missiles than just a few missiles from... Ooh, getting caught. Ooh. Jagger also running out of missiles.
Ouch.
And he doesn't have his space jump, so it'll be harder for him to get out. He'll need to farm for a red X as well, interestingly enough.
Just barely enough space.
Bonking on the very top of the Kago pillar. Jagger only getting a green X. Or 2 green X, I should say. But that's enough for him. Still no red X from the Kago, unfortunately. Is
like
Autumn going... Autumn!
See, he's going
Is
all the way
Autumn-
back for that red X. That's how I feel about this one.
He may be going all the way back for a secret message attempt at this rate. And Jagger out of lower sector 4. Autumn using a bomb jump in order to destroy those bomb blocks instead of going in the front. I guess a little bit extra swag for a little bit of time loss, unfortunately. Ooh, running into the Dragoon hatchling. The shrimp things. They're shrimp things.
Oh.
Ooh. This is...
That's...
Autumn. Soft resetting out of Sector 4. And Jagger making his way into Upper Sector 4 to do that loop.
Is this a soft looping as well? I mean, it depends. You could still get out of there with just ice missiles. It's just I don't think Autumn is well trained in that trick yet.
So Autumn has to head back into the depths of Sector 2 in order to get her plasma beam above Zazabi. Jagger checking the pump control and leaving. It's nothing for him here.
And Jagger looks like he's going to Ceres.
Autumn's picked up her laser pointer again, but needs to unlock her level 4 still. So she'll be looking for diffusion or screw. Autumn has already made all these checks, so she's just dipping. Wave was in Sector 3, above the Nova Stairs.
Oh, and that's
Jagger
one-shot Ceres.
getting the double Very nicely done.
Very nice.
So it is hard to say who is in the lead at the moment.
Autumn was definitely ahead in terms of knowing where one
in
go mode
terms of
item is.
items. Mm-hmm.
Jago's ahead in terms of level locks, which
Oh, here's another major. This
level.
this is likely charged.
Sector 4. Sector 4.
And Autumn. Yeah, there's charge.
Oof.
So Autumn's going to go and check Sector 3. She's going to find her power bombs and wave.
Plasma was just in the room above Suzabi.
Jagger getting the one frame trick, hint hint, bingo viewers. Saving that charge, but unfortunately bonking on the ground.
I mean, technically it is a plasma hunt for Jagger. Autumn already is aware of where plasma is. Jagger doesn't.
Autumn started her shine just a little early. Jagger heading into Sector 2. So Jagger is very, very close to go mode. And will very likely get it. Autumn sees the major. She's hoping it's charge.
But we know
and
it
or
isn't.
diffusion. But no, it's wave.
Her aim has been disabled.
Wave goodbye to aiming, Autumn. And Jagger starting his Sector 2 loop.
So he's definitely going to get plasma. It's just a matter of time.
See, wide. Where was wide, Pikmin? Was that in Sector 5? I know that Jagger made a few extra
animals.
Sector 5 checks.
Wide beam was at
Oh,
the,
that's
wide
right.
beam was at the animals. Unfortunately for runners, wide beam is not progression, so animals having another major does not help.
And Autumn finding power bombs, which is not what she wanted to see right now. Jagger checking Oasis.
Anyway, here's Cat Jam.
And Cat Jam is gone.
More like anyway, here's one wall. Just want to divert it a little bit. Just want to make it a bit different. Jago rapidly approaching his last go mode item. And that's it.
Jagger officially in go mode, already has his level 4 locks unlocked. All he needs to do is head straight up to the SAX and say hi. You know, sit down, have a cup of tea, you know, iced tea, if you will. Jagger, a little bit confused on which way might be faster. So unfortunately, he can't go through a reactor without going through Notori first. There are crumble blocks in the way. until you defeat Notori, and then that will open up some of the vines blocking. So, Autumn making her
Unfortunately-
main deck checks.
Will not find the go modes he's hoping for here.
She'll find diffusion in the maintenance vent if she checks that, but that's a little bit late, unfortunately. Autumn picking
Nope.
up wide.
No cosine against Omega.
Charge was in Sector 4 under Ceres.
Oh, but Autumn also
the-
saving the animals.
Autumn also saving the animals. She isn't going to let Jagger have all the swagger today. Jagger saving before the SIX. Just in case.
Do we have confirmation the animals are on the bed? I don't know. I don't want to check because spoilers.
And Autumn checking animals right, only find an E-tank. Jagger knocking on the SIX's door.
Knock, knock, it's SCX.
And-
Oh god, I'm frozen in place. Oh god, knock, knock. I'm stuck in place. Knock, knock. About to die. Knock, knock.
Autumn picking up her diffusion missiles as Jagger starts with the ice core. Fun fact, physically touching the ice core is less damaging than the ice beam. So you'll see Jagger taking a little bit of damage to get into that ice core.
I think
Autumn,
off the fight was a nice ammunition count of 6 and 9.
nice. Autumn heading into the reactor core. And Jagger, he's just leaving. He's done with the station.
Well, you see, Proof of Effect Oil, I'm not the one who's basically hoping for a new Nintendo Switch screen, but there's already one right now. Like, all people are getting is the hopes up, but that's about it.
Jagger going for
Getting the
and
Swagless
getting
Spark!
the Swag Spark, the screwless Swag Spark on screen. I believe there was some sort of bounty that I've heard about. I'm not sure exactly what the details on that are, but whatever it is, Jagger collects.
Hey, collector.
So those are the vines that were blocking Jagger from the reactor core exit.
Is Swag Spark available on the bingo card? Unfortunately, no.
Not quite getting the quick kill on Omega. And with the third try or so, Jagger planting a power bomb and destroying SR-388. And destroying the planet. Welcome, Jagger. You brought the swagger. I'm the Sector 5 data room escape. That was something. And also joining us, Autumn out of habit.
Oh, I just played that so badly.
You ever just go full tin cup?
I don't know what that means.
I went to Sector 5 data room.
Without
I did too, but I had the means, and wow, just capping off my failure there.
Yeah, so if you
Did
had
get
been
the,
able to scam
the pre-omega low height without screw attack, though. I'm pretty proud of that.
so he did get screwless low height.
Woo!
GG, Jagger.
Thank you.
Autumn, if you had been able to scam your way out of lower sector 4, you would have been in prime position to collect charge in upper sector 4.
You know, I've thought about going to upper sector 4 before making my main deck play.
You have no ice or what?
Nope.
I'm not practiced at getting it with. If I have space jump and only ice missiles, I'm really bad at it. And I ran out of missiles, and I didn't have power bombs yet.
I had my suspicions that main deck would be a play at some point. I was rewarded with diffusion missiles in the
I got
maintenance
diffusion
tunnel.
and wide up there.
And
Yeah,
wide as well.
She was going through main deck as you were finishing through the SAX.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, once I reset out of 4, I knew that unless it was in the trolliest location, I wasn't going to find it. My next play was going to be Sector 5. So I was going to keep putting off Sector 4.
Did you have high jump for the power amp freeze?
Yeah, I got high jump super early.
Okay. I think basically what you want to do is like jump as far right as possible, like against the wall if you can, and start moving forward as you're firing the missile.
That's right. It's just that's the one setup I always forget. I usually set it up with a wall jump.
You definitely want to be moving the entire time the missile is flying.
Good to know. Yeah, any other equipment combination and I can get it.
Yeah, because the missile moves as you move, regardless of whether or not you already fired it. So.
But yeah, I briefly tried for secret message, but I realized without screw attack, I wasn't gonna manage it quickly enough.
That was gonna be screw attack or charge. That would be a real tough secret message. Trying to get through all those fish, those freaking fish. Anyway.
Yeah, I just played myself by going for level 4 locks first. I almost went to upper 4 before I did that too, but I was like, it'll be faster to route it in after.
Anyway, we should be getting the second Jagger versus Autumn seed in here shortly.
Yeah, so this is a best of 5 match because Autumn and I did some scrim runs earlier. We actually went 1-1 in our practice against each other.
Yeah. And I am actually going to step away for just a moment. But I will be right back.
Hop out while y'all set up.
Okay,
yep.
So I've posted the seed. We can get
Cool.
ready. There'll be a quick ad break, and we will be right back with more randomizer action.
See y'all then.
See you in just a moment.